Oh, we are recording. I'm so glad that we took care of those technical difficulties while you were chatting away.
Yeah, that's what I was like, let me talk about the things that you are not going to want me to talk about on the podcast. And for some of you who are like, what does she talk about before the podcast starts? Well, once we have a Patreon, that'll be something you could experience, the conversation before the podcast. What did Meg say?
Oh my God, I was thinking that same very frigging thing. No lie. Let me tell you something right now, listeners, all those bakers out there, because this is episode 17, and this is entitled Blueberry Buckle.
17's lucky number.
Hey, I can dig it. That's what I'm talking about. Woo, woo. So we are mind melding, and that is a big what? That is a big improv activity to mind meld.
Yeah.
To do that, like, consistently is impressive.
Yeah.
And I think we're getting there.
Yeah.
That's freaky.
It's good. It's good.
The Patreon, yes.
Yeah. Patreon with, like, the behind the scenes, like, maybe even, guys, I'm throwing this out there, and you all might get excited, and you might be like, well, wait a minute, what's their email? I have to throw my support. What about they get to hear the conversation after the podcast on the walk?
Oh, the walk.
The walk.
Oh, my gosh. That walk has served me well, my friend.
Yeah, we have a good walk and talk after this.
That's right. So we have a walk and talk. It's another sesh, and we get our steps. And what else? We get the steps in, clear the mental headspace, and you keep those positive vibes moving on into the rest of the week.
Yeah.
Because I have to tell you, coming in today, I was really unsuspecting of what could have happened on the subway today. And it happened. Gentleman comes on, appears, disheveled, asking around, asking.
Mm-hmm.
In people's faces. It's a very, very bold move. He gets $1.
Okay.
But then proceeds to berate my entire section.
How dare you?
Tells us to kiss his ass.
Yeah, go
and
for it.
Drops his pants.
Oh, damn.
Drops his pants.
Points for that, though.
You
know what? No,
what
I gotta give
there
it to you.
There are no points.
How many people just say, kiss my ass, and then they don't pull down their pants? Someone that says, kiss my ass, and pulls down their pants. That is, there's a level to that I'm like, I don't want you doing that, sir, in my city, but also, well played.
I was like, what? Come on, man.
Yeah.
It is like 9:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
9:30 in the a.m. and this is what you do. But no, it gets better.
It gets
because
better?
I'm able to listen to all of this, my volume on my earbuds, all the way up.
Okay.
And I'm listening to...
I hope I'm deaf by the end of this ride.
Pretty much.
Great.
I'm listening to Everybody by Black Box, and it's like, everybody. That's it. And I can still hear him at the top of his lungs telling everyone to kiss his ass.
Yeah.
So everybody's looking, and we're all like, what? This is crazy. And I'm in my head, I'm like, I couldn't have asked for anything better. Because it just writes itself. Nobody else is going to believe this except for all of us who are looking at each other and doing the grin like, And he goes to the next car, but before he does, what does he do? Drops trousers again.
Yes. I wish everybody would have gotten up one by one in a Spoon River anthology monologue style to talk about what this means to you and like where y'all come from. I think that this is an opportunity to take it to the stage.
Dude, he was the main character. He was the main character because you know why?
Because he deserves it. He grabs that attention.
He grabbed
knows
that
how
attention.
to get an audience on him. He doesn't care if the audience likes what they're seeing, but he knows how to get an audience.
But I will tell you this, though. He had a long golf shirt.
Okay.
And he cupped his junk in the shirt.
There's a human in there.
But this is the best part. We're in the second car, so he goes to the first car.
Yeah.
So there is a return engagement. But this time he just zooms right through, and then we never see him again.
He's like, I've already been here. Ignore me. Ignore me.
I'm just like, I was like, I had this whole thing in my head ready to go.
Yeah.
I was like, we're going to talk about this, and this.
Yep.
And then this gentleman appears, and it is like,
And-
I have no choice.
And look, he stole attention again. This guy is the ultimate attention stealer. God, I think we're going to maybe learn a little bit of something. Like, maybe we should all have a little bit more of that.
Dude, I had this whole thing ready in my head to go. And now, thanks to our good friends at Flores Farms.
Oh, hey, Flores Farms.
Candy Jack. It's a sativa. It is delectable and delightful. And it is carophyllene. That is like piney, earthy, woodsy.
Yes.
So that's what I'm getting right now.
Yeah, I dig that.
You dig it.
I
You feel it?
I like woodsy.
Yeah, you feel it, right?
Yeah.
So I'm on the off ramp. And I got to find a way to get back because we have a great guest who's supposed to be making their appearance, Mrs. Incredible Edible, straight from Long Island.
Ooh.
Surprise!
Whoa.
So
There's two of us on
Yes.
one show.
can you believe it? And so hopefully we'll get her on and we'll be able to talk to her in the second half of the episode and all that good stuff. But for the first half of the episode, I was ready to talk about our experience at the CMB.
Yes, Cannabis Means Business.
You damn right it does.
Mm-hmm.
It was a great time. It was June 4th and 5th, and it was at the Javits Center, and it was a great time walking around the convention center with Megan. Big time.
Yeah,
It
We
was
did it.
big time. We did it.
we did it.
We did it. We checked in, got our badges,
Yeah.
and some people knew us. They
Yeah.
knew who we were.
Yeah, and then we stopped off at a table with dots.
The table with dots.
Yes.
Oh my
was
goodness.
this on your list to talk about?
Yes, it was.
Okay. I had a feeling.
You had a feeling.
I jumped ahead.
You're there.
Okay.
Megan, you were there.
We jumped over a railing.
No,
but
it's
we,
okay.
But we landed.
But we're
we
still
landed
we're on the
smooth.
highway again.
It's like Ferris Bueller style, like the way we jumped and just like whoosh.
Oh my god, and I watched that
Yeah,
June 5th.
on Ferris Bueller Day.
Yes. Oh my god.
Yeah. It's the funny thing about I love that movie.
Me too.
But the funny thing about it is, God, I learned a lot about movies that have sex offenders in them.
Oh, yes.
And Ferris Bueller is one of those.
Yes, it
where
is.
you're like, okay, he wasn't a sex offender. He wasn't a registered sex offender while filming this.
Yes.
But yeah,
I winced when I saw Rooney.
Yeah. It helps when they're already supposed to be bad.
Yes. And then I was extra happy when he was sneaking around the house and the dog got him.
Yeah.
So that was good.
Yeah.
That was good.
Boom, boom.
Dude, this is one of my grandma's favorite movies.
Nice.
But it was really because white people are crazy. Because white people are crazy.
White people-
So it was like,
white people with money.
yes, there it is.
Yeah. I think that we got to get more specific.
It was general back then
Yeah.
because there was no connectivity or a real internet. So all we relied on were movies and sitcoms. So I wanted to be.
All of them lived in that Ferris Bueller
Yes, they did.
type house.
Yes,
like,
they did.
Adventures in Babysitting.
Yes.
She was like in an identical house.
Uncle Buck.
Yep. Home Alone.
Yes.
Did they just use the same house and we
It was like the
figured it out?
same area in Illinois because a lot of his movies were filmed in the same general area.
Yeah.
And I noticed the other theory about Ferris Bueller's Day Off, the license plates. So the license plates are like homage to John Hughes's movies. Like there's one that's for Vacation, one for Ferris Bueller's Day Off. The Cameron's dad's car is just nervous. And there was another one. There was another license plate that was referencing one of his movies. Oh, The Breakfast Club.
I love it.
Because they're all that same general Chicago area.
My high school yearbook quote was from The Breakfast Club. It was I might get the order of this incorrect. The world's an imperfect place. Screws
Right.
like fall out
Right.
of place all the time. Something like that.
Get out.
Yeah.
I can't even remember if I had a quote.
Yeah, I mean, at the time, the teachers were kind of like, "Are you okay? That seems a little dark."
Oh, my.
But now when I look back on it, I'm like, actually, no, that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I stand by that.
Why not?
Yeah, you just have to. You should know that the world is imperfect,
Right.
and things are going to happen.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just like that dude showed up this morning.
Yeah, I had a busy car ride.
Really?
Yeah, the train was packed, like to the
What?
point that I had to jump on, like, swing my backpack off,
Right.
and like just stand in a tight
Dude.
spot. And people could have moved.
Tell me
People
that...
could have moved. And you know what? Thank goodness I've been working out, and my core is strong right now. So, you know what? Don't move. Don't move. I'll be fine.
Please tell me you are one of the good guys that takes off your book bag when you are standing on the subway.
If I have to. If it's busy. If it's not busy, then I
Okay.
don't have to take it. But if my backpack hits another person's backpack,
Right?
now we're two backpacks. That's fine. But if another person is now trying to come through,
Right.
now we got to take the backpack off. So you got to feel it out. If it's the morning rush, you take your backpack off.
Dude, I don't want a moon landing another backpack.
Yeah.
I don't want another backpack touching my backpack.
Yeah.
No.
Sometimes
Ugh.
I don't. But you know what? A lot of times, because I don't for safety reasons, I do swing it around my
Right.
front.
Right. For safety reasons.
Yeah.
Now, where do you usually stand on the subway?
I like standing at the door.
Yeah.
I do like standing at the door. I have a lot of etiquette when it comes to that. Like when we get to the next stop,
Right.
I do want this door spot.
Right.
But I will stand sideways and flatten myself out.
Oh, of course.
And I love how people walk into me even when I'm flattened myself. And then the person who's on the other side is still standing regular. And it's like, you're not hitting into that person because you're afraid of that person. And I'm like, this is every single time. It blows my mind.
No good deed goes unpunished.
I'm fascinated.
It is fascinating, the
Yeah.
human behavior
Yeah.
on the New York City subways.
Yeah, it's like, I gave you plenty of space. There's plenty
Right.
of space for everybody to walk.
Right,
But they still hit into me.
right. See, that's why I'm the designated lead blocker. You go to you want certain stations where there's like a throng. That's right, throng of
throng.
people.
Yes.
I will immediately stand at the door, and I'm filling up that whole glass section or whatever. I'm a fairly large dude, so people will part
Yeah.
for me. If not, they're getting a shoulder,
Yeah.
to the chest. That actually happened once. I was walking really fast, trying to get to Penn Station through like that E-train corridor of maze of tunnels.
Mm-hmm.
So one dude, our shoulders like smacked into each other, and he spun out. And I just kept charging. I was like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry."
Yeah. No, you got to keep going at that point. You both knew there was a
Dude.
chance. There's sometimes you're going to hit into somebody. You're playing. It's like we all play chicken.
He spun out
Yeah.
like a turtle shell in Mario Kart.
A New
Oh my
Yorker's
God.
strongest muscle is their shoulder.
Oh my God.
I have been saying that for years because we are not afraid to
Shoulder check someone?
Yes.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, we're not getting into a fight, but I will check you.
And you know what? You might have to, have an elbow ready too. But I'm a swivel hip kind of
Yeah.
guy, especially when you're walking and you're weaving through, people, because you got people that are just lollygagging.
Lollygagging.
Then you got people that are they'll stop in the middle of the subway. In the middle of the street, and just stop and they're looking at their phones.
Mm-hmm.
And I just saw that, Dom, somebody used the cough button. Oh,
I did.
folks, we have cough buttons in the studio. Listen.
They're the coolest buttons,
And I got to
guys.
tell you, thanks to Gas Digital Studios for these cough buttons. We sound our best.
Honestly, I thought that first when you would press it, you would hear the sound of a cough. Like it was
You
going to
were
be a
thinking-
sound effect. And I was like, what is this? Like the morning zoo? This is fun. Exactly. But it turns out if you need to cough, you can press this cough button and it mutes your mic. And I love learning.
You thought you were at Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I thought he was rich when
Yeah.
he did that.
Oh, yeah.
This dude is hacking into the school system, changing his absences from 9 times to, I think he brought it down to like 2 to be respectful. But it's a good-ass movie.
Yeah.
It's a big inspiration to me and all of my tomfoolery in my adolescence and young adulthood.
He gave tips.
Yes.
Yeah. And he also showed going too far.
Yes, going too far.
Yeah, so pull it back. Do one thing that he did that day. Don't do it all.
That's right. And you know what I could have used yesterday? I could have used some of those dots.
Yeah.
The dots.
Oh, yeah, the dots.
Dude, the dots that we found at the CMB, Cannabis Means Business Conference. Dom, you're going to love this too. So they're like, what, paper thin?
Paper thin.
They're paper thin and you just put it under your tongue or on your tongue?
You can put it on the tongue. He said under the tongue, but I know one of them got on top.
It like swishes. It swishes.
Yeah, I think maybe it absorbs faster for moisture. I don't really understand.
that makes sense.
But yeah, it was paper, and part of me was like, "What is this, LSD?"
So Dom, the dude is like, "Hey guys, you really got to try this. My name is it like Ralph or something?"
Oh man, he told us his name after the dots kicked.
Oh yeah,
in,
that's right.
so
He did, Dom. I was like, come on now.
I cannot be held responsible. It was wonderful.
It was. So the dude was like, hey, look, you got to try this thing. You're going to love it. It's really cool. And it's going to, you're going to feel really relaxed in record time. He's like, try this and then do a lap and then come back and let me know what you feel. Yeah. And we took a lap.
Took a lap.
And we let him know what we were feeling.
I'm feeling real nice.
Feeling real nice.
Yeah. It lasted.
It did.
For a while, too.
It did.
Yeah.
It did. It was a good experience. And then they also have, was it rolling papers, too?
Yeah. The rolling papers that are infused.
With THC.
Yeah.
So, I guess, if you want to be at 30,000 feet, you go for that. And I'm totally, going to shout them out in the recap.
Yeah.
When we post this up tomorrow for Terp Tuesday. That's right, Terp Tuesday.
There's also an element to it that it's like, okay, so then instead of maybe taking 3 hits when you're smoking and then putting the joint away, maybe you start with 1. Because now you're getting double. So it actually makes your weed last longer.
There you go. And I was all automatically.
I love efficiency and savings.
Efficiency and savings is big to do in the moment we're in right now.
Yeah.
Efficiency and savings. And we're going to leave it at that.
The one day when I'm a millionaire, I also will still love a good sale.
Yes.
I'm just still searching out those deals.
I like that.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that too.
Nobody should ever pay retail.
No. Nobody should.
Stop.
And all I need is 5. Just 5. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Enough to give back.
Yeah.
What do I need all of that for?
You just need 5
million.
Just 5 million.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, so once after 5 million, everybody just take my money.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, I'm going to keep 5 million, but everything else that you make then goes to charities.
I want to do that.
That's nice.
I want to do that.
Yeah, I would love to have so much money I could throw myself into charity.
Yes.
That sounds like such a great concept.
That's what it is. Say it again.
Throwing yourself into charity?
I want to
have so much money that I can throw myself into charity.
Okay, we put it out there.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, on the Golden Girls, they were involved with so many different organizations. They were broke, but you're also like, how do you have the time to be throwing all these galas?
Yes.
And it wasn't for the same cause.
There are always different causes.
These different ones. And they also hadn't been in Miami long enough to
know
have
everybody?
the connections.
Well, Blanche did.
Blanche had been there long enough. Dorothy, I guess, had been in Miami for a little. Well, she'd been in Florida.
Yes.
We don't know Miami specifically, but we know Florida. But Rose was fairly new.
Yes, she was.
And Sophia was in a nursing home.
Yes, she was.
But they have all of these friends.
As my ladybug would say, suspended disbelief.
I love it. No, you have to, because a lot of the storylines, if you really sit down, you can have fun, finding the holes. The holes. But then that's an opportunity to write the missing episodes.
Dude.
Come on, fan fictions.
Like the guest star or the son or daughter that will never show up ever again.
Yeah.
Or the sister or brother that will show up maybe once or twice.
Yeah.
But then that's it.
Yeah, their family tree, it actually does all check out, because at some points I was like, hold on, is that the same sister? But then because the actress changes on certain ones, it's like, but you're aging them weird.
Yes, you are.
Also, the way Blanche's grandkids age does not track.
Not at all.
No, those ages jump around way too fast.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Maybe Blanche, had some things going on.
No, she had a lot of things going on.
She had a lot of things going on.
Yeah.
Hey, oh my goodness. Wait a minute. Is that? Wait. Is that
Hello.
Incredible Edible?
How are you?
Oh my God.
Hello, welcome.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me get you a look at Megan right there.
Hi. So nice to meet you, finally.
Yeah.
Like, kinda meet you.
There's the studio. Oh my gosh. So
So
you
cool.
just jumped in and we were just talking about what were we talking about? The Golden Girls?
Yeah.
So wait a minute.
Solid.
So the Golden Girls, so none of their stories really track.
There's a lot of holes in a lot of their storylines, if you really say, especially, and Rose's medical history does jump around too, and her feelings about hospitals and all that. Like at one point she's really fine with it.
Yeah.
She trusts. Another point she's never trusted doctors ever.
Right.
But then she's also had prescription drug problem, which was very brief. So she recovered real fast on that. But yeah, a lot of things it jumps about.
All right. Oh, there she is. There she is.
Sorry, I was having technical issues.
It's all good. It's all good. So Dom, how you doing? You good, Dom?
Yeah, we're good back here. We're all good.
All right, so let's get into it. Oh my gosh. So we were talking about the Golden Girls, and I want to let you know, Mrs. Incredible Edible, welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thank you.
We have been working on Flores Farms Candy Jack. It's a
Ooh.
So that is why you caught us talking about what we were talking about.
It just makes us very chatty.
It does.
Yeah, this is a very nice strain.
It really, really is. How you feeling, Megan?
Good.
Yeah?
Yeah, the Candy Jack's good. Also, the Dutch Hawaiian is really good as well from Flores Farms. Those are my faves.
Ooh.
Nice.
So now, Mrs. Incredible Edible, I want to congratulate you because you have all of your licenses and everything in order, correct?
What is it? Say it again.
You're registered with the state and everything with your
I am.
I want to say congratulations to that.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been quite the ride. I have a tier 3 processor license, which is basically just a branding license. But it still has been quite a ride because I'm from the legacy side, and it's been interesting.
So what has made it so interesting from the legacy side of things?
Really just going from, being in the illicit market to now having to follow all these rules and compliance and, waiting is the biggest thing. There are people that are still on the queue that are still waiting for a license. So I'm glad I at least have that. But yeah, it's a lot of waiting on a lot of stuff. A lot of waiting is what people will tell you.
Got it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So what made you decide on edibles?
I come from I love food. I'm Italian, so there's that. So, I mean, who doesn't love food? But I do come from a nice line of Italian bakers, and my grandpa was a baker. So putting delicious plant medicine into delicious food just kind of made sense for me because I love to cook and I love to do things like that. So, yeah, and when I started, I was really geared towards the medical side of things.
Right.
And edibles were really the way to go because I was just trying to promote, a different way other than smoking. A lot of people who are sick don't really want to ingest and smoke and do all that. So edibles kind of was the way to go for me on the medical side, especially since I created a sublingual, which was really good for people that were going through chemo and things like that. We were trying to get the rapid onset with edibles. So we created like the sublingual, which gets absorbed in your mouth. And it's a little bit a quicker absorption rate rather than, eating an edible and having it digest and go through the liver and all that stuff. You kind of have to wait like a couple hours to feel that effect.
Right.
With sublinguals, it's a lot faster. So
Wait a
that
minute.
was the goal.
Wait a minute, Mrs. Incredible Edible. I got a question
Mhm.
for you because what
Yeah.
we experienced at the CMB, Megan, was that a sublingual then? Those dots?
Oh, the dots. I had them. The dots were so cool, wasn't it? Like this like wafer thing, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it was. I was like, this is the coolest idea. I'm so mad I didn't think of this.
So that is
But
what.
yes.
So wait, that's what you created for patients going through chemo. That is
Well,
what?
that's a different kind of sublingual. So it's a wafer that like melts on your tongue.
Right.
Mine, I do hard candies from scratch.
Oh wow.
So when I started cooking, I started off with flour. I just like bought an ounce and, I had crock pots all over my freaking house with butter and stuff, and then I was like, well, I want to make different things, but you can't make certain things without like butter or whatever. So I hired someone from Portland, Oregon to come and teach me how to use concentrates and to teach me how to make hard candy and lollipops.
What?
So yeah, and it completely changed the game of my whole business. And from there we had just skyrocketed because I was doing a lot of baked goods, and baked goods are really hard because you have if you don't eat the whole brownie, what are you doing with it? Like you can't keep it for a week. Well, you keep it for a week, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It doesn't stay as fresh as like a candy bar. You can keep a Snickers bar in your
Oh,
in
in
your
the
cabinet
fridge.
for like months.
Right.
So yeah, it completely changed
This
the
is
whole plan.
amazing. Now I got
Yeah.
another question for you, and Megan, I
Mhm.
don't know if you might be wondering this too. So I was with my bestie because my birthday was last week, birthday week, whoop whoop, and
Ooh.
we were talking about like edibles and like drinks and stuff like that. So
Mhm.
her question was, how are you able to take like the concentrate? How are you able to take the concentrate and accurately like dispense it for each piece of candy? You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I do. Of course, everybody's like, "Well, how do you know
Right,
it's
right,
this
right.
milligram? It's a lot of math. You basically, you could take a standard number. When we use concentrates, we say like that's the standard is between 7 and 800 milligrams per gram.
Okay.
So then you obviously get what you yield. I'm sorry, I have my dog's
It's
barking.
all good. It's all good.
You get your yield. So then you take like, let's just say I used 1 gram.
Right.
And that 1 gram, just by industry standard, let's say is 800 milligrams, depending on if you're using live resin. I use live resin or rosin.
Ooh.
So it's a little bit less. If you're using something like distillate, you're talking about in the 90s, percentage wise, because they're just extracting that. But when you're using like resin or rosin, like kind of the standard, I use like 800 milligrams, let's just say. And then if that's 1 gram and you make, 50 cookies, you're going to take that 800 milligrams and divide it by the 50 cookies. And the way that it disperses properly is obviously having it tested. So
Got it.
that's the first way. But, just over the years, making sure some people will dose each thing differently. Like I've made a lot of different things. Like I used to make cannolis, and we would dose. We wouldn't fill them for you, but we would dose the bag for you and then give you the shell, so that we knew that there was like each bag was its own specific dose. You know what I'm saying? So there's different ways to do that. When you're doing candy, I'm dropping the concentrates in there and it's being dispersed when it's cooking and just doing its own science and its own thing.
Got
So
it.
that's not really something that I like each individual,
Gotcha.
dose. But there are people that do. If you're making cookies, let's just say, some people dose like the chocolate chip in the cookie and make sure that there's three chocolates in each cookie or something. You know what I mean? So
Gotcha.
everybody kind of doses differently. There are different ways to do it. But when I do it making candy, I kind of just drop it in there and it disperses and it does its own science.
I love that.
But yeah, yeah.
Now I got another one.
Yeah, I'm down. I love the questions. It makes it
So
easier for
much,
me.
and I got to tell you, they're all coming to me because
Yeah.
I took the Megan approach today,
Yes.
and I don't really have a lot of guardrails except for the name. Oh, you know the name of the episode? It's Blueberry Buckle. The reason
Blueberry.
why I named it Blueberry Buckle is because Mrs. Incredible Edible is a baker, and it's
Yes.
something
Yes.
that a baker would like to bake. It's perfect for this kind of weather.
Yeah.
It's a yellow cake with like blueberry on top and like a streusel, and that's it.
Okay, that's nice.
Yeah, dude, and
I get
it looks really cool because you've got like the yellow cake and the blueberries and the golden brown and all that, and
Okay.
they burst and it's purple and whatever.
Oh.
So that's why I did it.
I
So
like it.
so
I like
Mrs. Incredible Edible. This is what
Mhm.
usually happens. We named the episode after a baked good. What would be, maybe one day a strain or something like that, and we then riff about what happened during the week or the on the way here, and
Mhm.
then we talk to our super dope guest. We learn a lot of stuff about cannabis because we really don't know much, and we are forever grateful to all of our guests.
Yeah.
You
A
can,
lot of people don't know a lot of stuff, to
oh
be honest
yeah.
with you. It's I work at a dispensary now, just learning the ins and the outs. Like it's kind of like a paid mentorship for me because I'm learning a lot about, the legal side and how it all works on and there's so many people that come in that are like so just uneducated about even when you ask them, well, what are you smoking on? I don't know. What do you mean? I'm
What?
like, distillate, resin, rosin, and you're like, what do you, I don't know what that is. Like, so a lot of people, it's really important. And I started on the CBD side of things. I worked with like Hempworks and Canaway and,
Oh,
all that stuff when CBD was really big. And the most important thing really is just education. So many people are misinformed and uneducated,
Mhm.
and it makes me sad because I just want to
yeah.
like be
I
like,
feel that.
no, that's not how it
I
is.
feel that. So,
you know?
do you feel like it's what you're doing is an apprenticeship in a way, or like
It's basically learning like the nitty-gritty of the legal side and what goes on. There's a lot of things that I didn't have to do when I was in on the illicit side, like taxes and you can't just bring it to the dispensary yourself. You have to use distribution, and we're kind of all forced to work together, which is kind of cool, but it's also, some it's also like the wild wild west sometimes.
we get that for real, and
So,
it's been a fun ride for us. I can't believe we've been
yeah.
doing this for like 6 months. This is
Yeah.
episode
Wow.
17.
Yeah.
Wow.
Thank you
Congratulations to you
so much.
guys.
And we
That's
went.
amazing.
Thank you so much. We
Yeah.
went to the CMB. We missed you. I'm sorry that we missed you.
Yeah, where were you? Like, where were you there?
We
Were
were
you podcasting there? Were you just visiting? Like, where?
we were visiting,
Yeah, just passing through.
just
Okay.
passing through. It was the first day,
Oh, I was the second.
ah,
My kids had field day because I'm a mom.
How
oh,
And
fun.
field
I'm,
I
day.
love field
yeah,
day.
field day, and I'm the class mom for the both of them. So I
For
couldn't do that.
both?
Yeah,
Oh,
I had to.
you had to do class one for both of them?
Are
That's
they
a
Yeah.
in the same
lot.
grade, same class?
No.
Yeah,
Oh,
that would be if they were twins.
yes,
That would have
First,
been
yeah.
perfect. Then that would
that'd have been
make
like,
sense. No, but
No.
mwah.
that's double the class mom duty. That's a lot.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Yeah.
And,
You deserve
every,
a rest this summer.
Yes.
we'll see. Well, hopefully this summer I'm processing and on my way to, making goods for the shelves because I've been waiting on the town of Hempstead to get a permit for the processors that I chose to go with to make
Right.
my candies for me. We're kind of all from like the legacy side and all from, the same town on Long Island and, went to the same high schools and things. So, yeah, we're waiting on the town of Hempstead because we would be the first processing center in Nassau County.
Oh my
Wow.
gosh, I love
Yeah, because
that.
Yeah.
NASA is it's hard.
Oh,
Right now.
NASA is pushing back. They think that I think they think that we're a dispensary trying to open, and that's not the case. And even though they're like an opt-out, they were like, no, we don't want any of that here. We're still allowed to process there. Like you can't be like, well, you can't run, we're in an industrial area.
Right.
And so they can't really tell us, you can't process there. But so we're just waiting
Okay.
patiently. This is what I'm saying. We're always just waiting on something.
I feel you. I feel you.
You
Megan
know?
and I, we feel the same way. We feel the same way.
So a few months ago, there was
Mhm.
it was on Eyewitness News. They were talking about the possibility of a dispensary opening. Oh no, it was a dispensary opening on the Queens side. It was like around New Hyde Park, and
Yes.
everybody was freaking
They
out.
freaked out. They wanted to have
But
a buffer
yeah,
zone.
but my favorite was when they interviewed some
Yeah.
of the people, because it was just like they picked the most ridiculous, like old crotchety people who were
Yeah.
just like,
What about the kids?
no,
Oh
no,
my
it was the traffic.
The traffic.
Actually,
Oh my
the biggest
God.
concern was traffic. All of these people are going to be driving here, and the traffic is going to be
Oh
intense.
my
They didn't care
God
about the
forbid.
kids at all. It was the
God
traffic.
forbid there's a few extra cars
Yeah.
on Lakeville Road.
Oh my gosh, exactly.
That's the one. It's by Lakeville
It's
Road.
over there.
Yes, I know exactly
Yep.
where it is.
Yep.
Yeah.
I know that area, Mrs. Incredible Edible
Yeah.
and Megan, because I used to work out there at where? Northwell Health.
Oh.
Woo!
Oh yeah, baby.
Did you really work to the
Yeah.
hospital?
I was in corporate. Ooh.
Oh.
Then I
Ooh.
went to a service line that was radiology. So they all have the specific, whatever. So I
Yeah.
worked there. Then my last stop was at an actual hospital, Forest Hills Hospital.
Okay.
And I was
Wow.
I was in the system for like almost 15 years.
Wow.
And I took the bus. So I
Wow.
know the Q46 goes down Union Turnpike, then turns on Lakeville Road or whatever.
Lakeville Road, yep.
So I know exactly where that dispensary is, and it's got to be near a bar, because there's a bar in that shopping center.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
That's too
We're
funny.
gonna have all this traffic with everybody drinking and driving.
Wait.
No, that's what I
Right?
said he was saying. In that area, he was like, I gotta get my drive. How am I gonna get home from the bar? Everybody's just gonna be parked out here.
What? Dude.
Yeah, sir.
Dude, you know what? I got to tell you, now, there's a couple things that are already in my mind, Mrs. Incredible Edible. Okay, check
Yeah.
this out. So, you're
Mhm.
candy, right? So,
Mhm.
you got the lollipops and the candy drops. How
Yeah.
long do they take to dissolve in your mouth on average? Or does it even matter? Does it even matter?
No, not necessarily, because it's gonna happen as soon as it starts to melt. But I have all kind of different sizes too. I have like little ones.
Uh-huh.
You can also just crack them and just swallow them too, like a hard, like a Jolly Rancher.
No, but that's
I
not
mean, it's
fun,
better.
dude.
Right, I know it's not fun, but yeah, like a few minutes, depending on if it's the smaller ones or the bigger ones.
Nice.
Yeah,
Now,
it depends on how hard you suck. I don't know.
Hey.
That's a life
Now,
lesson.
now Megan's gonna get her wish. Auga!
No, I didn't get my wish. The cough button doesn't make sound effects.
There you go. So now you got all your sound effects. What else is there? Woo woo! There you go. So now you're the morning zoo now. Are you happy?
Until I have a console in front of me where I can.
Oh, so you want
guys need a Scary
I want a
Jones.
console. Yeah.
Wait, you want the buttons?
What?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I can. You should see her already. Hold on, Mrs.
I know
Incredible.
it's.
She is like a. Look at this face. Look at this face.
I want a
She
console.
is like a kid.
I don't
in a
blame
candy
you. I would be
store.
pressing buttons every
Yeah.
time someone said something.
Yeah, I
Oh.
wanted one
We
that
have
has
to
like
work on them.
like a rooster head, like all the animals. This is yeah,
Yeah.
it's gonna be like my
Oh, we
emoji
need to
game.
get her something. I'm gonna
Well,
get you something.
See, this is where it all starts, because now we got to
Thank you for supporting me.
supporting. Thank you for the
Yeah.
support.
Yeah,
We need-
I'm down.
We need
You need
more
some
support.
sounds.
We need sales. We need
Yeah.
sponsorships. All that good
I can
stuff.
smoke on here, right? I'm
Oh
smoking.
yeah, do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's
Okay.
what we did.
Oh, okay.
That's the whole thing. So now,
Cool.
okay, so we got, like, it all depends on how hard you suck.
Yeah.
Oh
Thank
yeah. So
Yeah.
now, wait a
Put that
minute.
on a tote bag.
There it is. You better make it happen. Okay, let's go. Now, what are the flavors? Please, I know that there's
Candies, the 3 candies that will go to, I mean, I make so many different flavors. It's crazy.
So you're like
Um,
kind of like on that Jelly Belly, like you're gonna make something that's like tasting like buttered popcorn, kiwi
yeah.
lime. It's
Yeah.
not just.
We did I used to have a vanilla bourbon candy that
Ooh,
you'd suck on. I would do like champagne around New Year's, sucking
oh,
candy.
oh my God!
Like strawberries and cream.
This reminds me of something that Megan and I were talking about last
Yeah.
week, right? So we were smoking on butter, and it's the Gator. And Megan had said
Butter.
something really interesting. So yeah, the brand is Butter, and
Okay.
the strain is called the Gator. Megan had
Okay.
said, what was it again? What was the drink again?
A Negroni.
Yes, you said it. You said that this pre-roll tasted like a Negroni.
Yep. Tastes like a Negroni. And I haven't drank in 4 years and 5 months and change.
Congratulations.
Thank
Oh,
you.
congratulations.
But thank you. But it was but that
Hold on.
taste
The
came
taste.
the taste came back. So it was like very interesting. It was like, oh, that's a Negroni.
So how did you get like? How did you get the? I'm doubling back because I just saw you step away, Mrs.
Yeah, sorry. It's my
No
dogs. I
problem.
have like
It's
my
all
husky is
good.
crazy.
It's all good. It's all good. And so I wanted to say, like, is that like flavor profile like prominent? Do you have like a margarita or do you have?
I honestly could do anything. So when I first started, I was just telling somebody this the other day. When I first started, we were really fun. So we had basically a different theme. We had a different theme every week.
Right.
So I would basically, you'd get a menu, and it would say this week is, or this week is a trip around the world. And I would make you something, a dessert from France, cannolis from, Italy, and then we'd give you like baklava and things like that. Next week, this week's theme is Carnival Week. We would make you popcorn, cotton candy, um, Twizzlers from scratch. This week is 80s week. So I made like a brownie with the Pac-Man symbol. I made sugar cookies, and I had an edible printer, and I had like the MTV logo on it. This
Nice
week
work,
is,
bud.
oh, we had so much fucking fun. And then that's how like the word spread, because people would be like, yo, this girl does something. Like one week I did Goonies week.
Oh
And
my
instead,
God.
wait, it
I'm
was
so
so good.
sorry.
So I made cookies that were like Baby Ruths. Okay. I had made my candies, my sucking candies, but they would look like jewelry. And then I had made like, the chocolate coins, like they
Yeah.
get like whatever. So I'd make chocolate coins, and you got it in a treasure box.
What?
Like I did like fucking details. I was telling this girl, you have no idea, when it comes to details, I was unreal. Like when we did 80s week, we did like movies from the 80s, and we were doing like Ghostbusters and things like that, and we did Pretty in Pink, and we made like a cupcake, and the top of the cupcake looked like her dress. I shit you not. I was like, we had so much fun. We really, really, really did, until I realized that whole thing, granted it was fun, and I made the word spread so fast, and we were cranking, we were having a great time. But then all those baked goods, when you're doing that and you're doing it every week, and you have a new theme, then all of a sudden it's like, well, what do I do with last week's stuff that didn't sell? And you gotta throw it out. And then it's like, well,
Whoa.
so then we started to gear more towards candy. And then it was like, well, can you make me this? Can you make me that? Like, not for nothing, and no, no smack to Reese's candies, but I made something years ago called Incredible Cups. And
Oh.
they were Reese's Pieces, right? Because we paint the shell and then we put the stuff inside. But I used to make peanut butter and jelly. I made peanut butter and fluff. I made like s'mores ones. I made churro ones, and they were like little cups, little Reese's Pieces cups. So my Reese's Pieces peanut butter and jelly were way better than what's on the
I
market.
love that. Yes, that's what I'm
No
talking
offense to
about.
Reese's or anything,
No, no,
but
no.
They
Oh my
gotta fix
gosh.
that because
They just
the
dropped us
ratio is
from
off.
Hey, they dropped us. Oh.
But have you had one of those? The Reese's Pieces that are peanut butter and jelly?
No.
No,
Oh, so you have to have a
I
Reese's
don't
cup.
I don't want that. I don't
no.
want that because you
No?
know what? I would rather have if it's something like that you make, I would rather
Uh-huh.
have that.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what that makes you know what? That's actually pretty funny because we here at the Bake Sale Session podcast, we need a signature candy or treat.
Candy?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
I
need to
can make
oh,
anything you want.
oh,
And then people used to challenge me like, "Oh, can you make what was the name of that candy? It was like in a yellow paper that was old. It was almost like a caramelly. I forget what the hell the name of it is. But people used to be like, "Hey, can you try and make this? And can you try and do
oh
that?"
wait. You
We
said it
would
was
do anything.
you said it was yellow and caramelly. Is it like Mary
Yeah.
Jane's?
Yes, yes. Like
Oh
I would get
yeah.
like old school candy, and people would be like, "Well, can you do that? Can you do this?
Oh
Can you do
man.
that?"
Those are
We
people that
did,
don't those are people that don't like their teeth.
Yeah,
I
no,
know.
I don't want you to make that.
No. I wanna have fun. Like I don't wanna be like doing the
No.
Yeah. So then
nah,
what's your
dude.
favorite candy?
Like for me, I love oh man, I like goobers when I'm at the movies. But I
Goobers. So
love
chocolate covered peanuts.
yeah, but I also
That's
love
easy.
things like I love the Haribos, like those cola gummies. Pop.
Oh, Haribo gummies. Okay.
I love those and the hard candies.
Wait, did
Anything.
you see that they got in trouble recently? Did you guys
Yes,
see
yeah, I
that?
saw the article. They got in trouble because some of their gummies, the gummy
Yeah.
bears,
Oh, from the Netherlands,
had stuff in
right?
it.
Is
Yeah,
the Netherlands?
I think
Yeah.
Can
so.
you
I was like,
imagine?
what? But
Somebody sent them to the wrong room.
you see what I'm saying? This is ammunition for what about the kids?
Yeah.
No one that puts all this time, effort, energy, and money and patience in waiting is
Yeah.
going to willingly,
Yeah.
unknowingly,
Yeah.
unwittingly dispense to minors at all. I
Yeah.
don't care how good these IDs are.
Yeah, oh, for sure. Listen, my look when I saw that, I was like, maybe we just have it in two different buildings.
Yeah. Oh, like right Twix and left Twix?
Yeah, like okay, drugs are in this building, not drug candy
Right.
is in this building because
Right.
accidents happen.
Yes, they do.
And that if you put it in the same building,
Something's gonna
that's like
happen.
cross contamination.
Crossing the streams.
Yeah, what are you gonna say? Your candy might have drugs in it because there was drugs in the room, but there was no drugs that were actually put in on purpose. But due to cross contamination, you may experience some drugs. No, you put that in different buildings.
So you want it to be like Russian roulette or something like that?
No, I want different
Different
buildings.
Okay.
That's what I
okay.
keep saying.
Yeah.
Oh wait, this is another button for you. She's on fire. That's for you because
Let's
you're
get it.
there. It is.
Where do you even can't wonder if you can even just buy one of those things as all those little buttons. You're getting one now. Forget it. Like I'm
No.
on it.
Well,
That's
look.
my gift to you for having me on here today. I'm
Are
getting
you
it and
serious?
it's being shipped to you tomorrow.
Wait a minute. No, you being on this with us is the gift. Because now,
Uh,
before we get any further, I got to make sure that everybody knows. Okay, so it's Mrs. Incredible Edible
yes.
on Instagram. Are there any
Yes.
like any dashes, underscores, or anything?
There's an underscore in between after Mrs., after Incredible, and then after Edible because I've been taken down so many times. So
Oh.
yeah, Mrs. underscore Incredible underscore Edible underscore, and I'm kind of shadow banned, so you have to type the whole thing in. Yeah.
Oh, you got to type the whole thing. Oh,
Yeah.
no. But
Yeah,
it's
they
worth
deleted
it.
me last year at 6,000 followers, and it was the day of the Cannabis Expo last year. So a year ago, almost a couple of days ago, I had gotten my thing completely wiped out. 6,000 people. And like like all of the people too in the cannabis world that have worked so hard to get to follow me. Now I'm like, oh, it's still a year and I'm not even at like 3,000 people yet.
What? There's got to be a way.
Yeah,
There has to be
it's
a
tough.
way. There's
It's
got to
tough.
be a way, Mrs. Incredible Edible.
Yeah, they got to
Um,
fix the whole like being able to talk about the stuff on social media because you can't even have a TikTok. Like you can't even be TikTok famous for anything cannabis there, because the second they see it, they take you down. So that's like the hardest platform to you know.
This is what I was
Yeah,
saying
it's
to my
tough.
ladybug. I said I beat the algorithm.
Oh,
I
That's
beat it.
amazing.
I
you,
beat it.
you think you're smarter than the robot?
Yeah, because there are no more boobs in my algorithm. No more
Oh.
butts.
Okay, you cleaned.
I
I
cleaned
wouldn't
it.
say you beat the
I
algorithm.
beat it.
You cleaned up your algorithm.
I beat it because it's not showing up anymore.
Well,
So
because you stopped looking at boobs online.
no. Wait, what? No.
Are you still looking at boobs online? Okay, but how were you able to block are you clearing your cookies now after?
I'm also saying not interested. If a reel shows up and it's like not interested,
Yeah.
not interested,
You're like,
not interested,
that's a trap. Not interested.
not interested. But then also my agent got me to have my profile be public now.
Okay.
So anytime I look at the likes and I see something I don't recognize, it's always like, hey, 19, private page, block, report, the whole thing.
Yeah.
But like it's sandwiches, action figures,
Great.
nostalgia,
Just,
and positivity and horoscopes.
And no boobs.
you love my positivity on my stuff
right.
every morning,
Oh.
right?
This positive wonder over here every day.
Love
The
that.
stories are nothing but positivity. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let me.
Good morning, you little crumpet.
Oh yeah.
Those are
so
my
aggressive.
favorites. Success juice is my favorite.
They are so aggressive at
Yes.
such an early point in the day.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Look at you, you little crispy chicken nugget. I'm looking at you right now, and you're gonna have the greatest goddamn day of your friggin' life. And if it even kills you, you're still gonna enjoy it because you'll be dead, but you'd have a good day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, what?
Yeah, but you know what? His voice lands positive.
That
Yeah.
is true.
It lands up because if he said that all landing down in his words, then it would be like, this guy is creeping me out. Is he like going to murder me if I don't have a nice day? But instead, I'm like, yo, this guy is like supporting me. Yeah, you know what?
Yeah.
I am a sexy chicken finger.
Yes,
walking
you
down the
are.
street.
Yes, you
I
are.
am gonna jump into
You're a
that
sexy
pool of
little
honey
crumpet.
mustard.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
You are a
Yeah.
bad bitch.
Yeah.
That's how I start every morning,
go.
is listening to that. I
That's
wake
what I'm
up, roll
talking about.
over, and that's my first thing in the morning.
Real nice.
Yeah.
So,
I have
again,
to.
I want to make sure, again, Mrs.
Yeah.
_ incredible _ edible _
Yes.
Instagram. And that's how we find you.
Yes. I'm also on all sorts of social media. I've been on Facebook for such a long time too. Lemonade, X, Snapchat. Like if you type in Mrs. Incredible Edible, you should find me on all of them. Lemonade, I don't know, Flip. There's so many of them. I try and be on everything. I may not post everywhere, but I'm trying. I'm not
All
techie.
good.
So.
It's all good.
Yeah.
Now, you got the webpage or no?
No webpage yet.
No
We're
webpage
waiting
yet?
on when we're
Okay.
up and running. Then
No
we'll
problem.
have a webpage for
Makes
products.
sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That makes sense. I am super eternally grateful to you, Mrs. Incredible Edible.
Thank you.
This
Same
has
here.
been an amazing conversation, and
Yeah.
I would love. I know Megan would love to have you on again.
Yeah.
I love that. I love chatting with you guys. It just flows.
Wonderful.
It is wonderful.
way to start
It's
the day.
easy. It's a good way to start the day. And you know
Absolutely.
what I saw?
What's that?
Thinking about positivity, I saw a rainbow on Saturday.
Wow.
I
Saw
love
a
that.
rainbow on Saturday, and that was the Instagram posts and the stories and all that good stuff.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
But because of construction, big ass condo blocked the middle of the rainbow. So we only got two sides of the rainbow. And that was it.
They can't steal our sunshine.
Oh, steal my sunshine.
Exactly.
If it was all up to me, I'd say it was.
Songs of summer.
Yeah.
Steal my sunshine.
That's a good one.
It-
That's a good one.
That's relatable to the kids today, right?
Yes. So last thing,
Cool.
episode 17. This is Blueberry Buckle. This is the Bake Sale Session podcast. But before we go, I want to make sure that everybody knows about the Straight Gas Private Reserve Lounge, June 20th, 8 p.m. to 12 a.m. with a free dab bar. Purr, 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 purr. Oh my goodness. It is ladies free before Ladies free. General admission is $20. VIP Gold $50. VIP Platinum $125. It's in Astoria, New York. Look up
Wow.
Straight Gas STR8GAS. And how you feeling, Megan?
Feeling great.
Mrs. Incredible Edible.
Amazing.
We are out. We love you. We'll see you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for being here. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.